Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet. Nashraye shravadesho nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati-uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naistike. Samyak vidaryatam bala Guru Gehe Dvijatibe Vishnu Pakshai Pratichanair Na Vidyeta Asya Dhir Yatha Samyak vidaryatam balo Guru Gehe Dvijatibi Vishnu Pakshai Pratachanair Nabidyetasya dhiryata Samyak vidaryatam balo Guru Gehe Dvijatibi Vishnu Pakshai Pratichanair Nabidyetasya dhiryata Samyak completely vidharyatam, let him be protected. Bala, this boy of tender age. Guru Gehe, in the Gurukul, the place where children are sent to be instructed by the Guru. Dvijatibi, by Brahmanas, Vishnu Pakshai, who are on the side of Vishnu, Pratichanai, disguised in different dresses, Nabhidyata, may not be influenced, Asya, of him, the intelligence, Yatha, so that. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation. Hiranyakashipu advised his assistants, "My dear demons, give complete protection to this boy at the Gurukul, where he is instructed, so that his intelligence will not be further influenced by Vaishnavas, who may go there in disguise." Purport. In our Krishna consciousness movement, the tactic of dressing oneself like an ordinary karmi is necessary because everyone in the demoniac kingdom is against the Vaishnava teachings. Krishna consciousness is not at all to the liking of the demons of the present age. As soon as they see a Vaishnava dressed in saffron garments, with beads on his neck and tilak on his forehead, they are immediately irritated. They criticize the Vaishnavas by sarcastically saying Hare Krishna. And some people also chant Hare Krishna sincerely. In either case, since Hare Krishna is absolute, whether one chants it jokingly or sincerely, it will have its effect. The Vaishnavas are pleased when the demons chant Hare Krishna, because this shows that the Hare Krishna movement is taking ground. The greatest demons like Hiranyakashipu are always prepared to chastise the Vaishnavas, and they try to make arrangements so that Vaishnavas will not come to sell their books and preach Krishna consciousness. Thus, what was done by Hiranyakashipu long ago is still being done. That is the way of materialistic life. Demons or materialists do not at all like the advancement of Krishna consciousness, and they try to hinder it in many ways. Yet, the preachers of Krishna consciousness must go forward in their Vaishnav dress or any other dress for the purpose of preaching. Chanakya Pandit says that if an honest person deals with a great cheater, it is necessary for him to become a cheater also, not for the purpose of cheating, but to make his preaching successful. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksuranamritam Minam Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Sayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sabarantikam Bandiyam Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalan Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagarajatam Sagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Shajivam Sadvaitam Savarutam Parjana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakam Vitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Hare Priya Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Cha Paritanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Samyak Vidaryatam Balo Guru Gehe Dvijatibi Vishnu Pakshai Pratikchanair Nabidyetasya Dhiryatha. Hiranyakashipu advised his assistants, "My dear demons, give complete protection to this boy at the Gurukul, where he is instructed, so that his intelligence will not be further influenced by Vaishnavas, who may go there in disguise." Hiranyakashipu, a great demon, very powerful, and materially speaking also he was intelligent, and therefore he was so successful also in his endeavors, till he actually offended Prahlad Maharaj. And as Prabhupada has explained, as we can understand, and the purports, that was actually the beginning of his downfall. Hiranyakashipu's being completely, of course, ultimately killed, but losing whatever he acquired by his austerity. Sisi Gaunitai, Sisi Krishna Ram, Sisi Radha Shama Sundar Ki. So it is explained that if one is performing austerities, so one will get a result. And just like Hiranyakashipu, although he was not doing the austerity for a right purpose, but he wanted to the austerity ultimately to destroy or to kill Vishnu, which is not possible. But because he was doing these austerities, great austerities, so he got very powerful. He got the blessings of Lord Brahma. So he became extremely powerful. So even, of course, the devotees that are performing great austerities, then they also become powerful. So, but just like Hiranyakashipu, because he offended the Vaishnava, a great Vaishnava, a pure devotee of the Lord, so therefore everything was destroyed. And he was killed. So it is mentioned in scripture that one has to be very careful, especially towards the Vaishnavas. Krishna is extremely merciful, and even he may tolerate the offenses committed by his devotees to himself. But if one is offending, especially his pure devotees, he will not tolerate that. And so therefore it is explained that if one is offending a great Vaishnav, then it is hatimatapara, just like a mad elephant. If a mad elephant is becoming mad, and we can see that practically in India, even nowadays sometimes we hear where the elephants, especially South India, and they're still free, and of course in the jungle, and sometimes they come to the cities or to the villages also, and sometimes they become quite almost mad, and then there is so much destruction. So it is explained just like, so if the elephant is going in the garden, then everything is destroyed. And if people are there around the mad elephant, they are trampled to death also. So if one is offending a great Vaishnav, then everything can be destroyed, whatever one has done in devotional service. So therefore we have to be very careful in devotional service. So we're here to learn. So from this example also we can learn here of so many lessons are there. We can see from different angle of visions. And but we should always try to get some lessons out of this Krishna Katha, or this even hear about Vishnu. Although we're trying to go to Braj and engage in the service of Shyama Sundar, Srimati Radharani. So from one point of view we may be thinking, so what is the use of hearing about Vishnu? We don't want to go to Vaikuntha. That is all right. No, we want to go to Braj. But at the same time, as sadhakas, we have to follow Vaidhi Bhakti, we have to follow rules and regulations, and we have to be careful in our dealings and avoid offenses and towards the Supreme Lord, the Haridham and the Vaishnavas especially. So we can learn here from here. So that Hiranyakashipu, so he was very powerful, but because he offended his son, so therefore everything was destroyed, and he was killed ultimately. So Hiranyakashipu, he told his assistants that you should protect this Bala, this boy, this small boy, Balo, refers to a boy who is still very young, Balak. So different ages are there. Balyavasta, Pokandha, Kishoravasta, Yovavasta. So beginning stage is there, Balyavasta, from the time the child is taking birth till 5 years old. So small boy he was, but still, because he was very fortunate to have the association of the pure devotee Narada Muni, so he also became a pure devotee. So Hiranyakashipu, he was very disappointed with his son, because he was taking the side of his enemy, Vishnu Pakshai. And he saw, but he still felt at this point he must be, he's a small boy, so I have to protect him, so he doesn't get further spoiled. So he told his servants to be very careful, because the devotees of Vishnu, they are very tricky, and they may come in disguise. And Prabhupada very nicely is explaining in the purport at the end that because the demons, their purpose is not right, and so therefore he's quoting Chanakya Pandit, that an honest person, when he deals with a great cheater, so he has to also be cunning like that, just so that he can continue his life, and especially in our society also for preaching. So therefore Prabhupada, he allowed the devotees in the West to wear the karmi dress, to distribute books, because when they were going with the Vaishnav dress, then people were not accepting in most of the countries. Some countries, they are more liberal, like for example in Europe or South America, where they are more pious, more God conscious, more open-minded, more mellow, so they are more easily accepting the Vaishnav dress. And we can see the devotees there, they're going in Vaishnav dress and nobody is objecting, because there they also have many monks, and so they have also kind of dressed like that, although different color, usually white or brown color, but similar dress is there. That is a dress of a monk, so they are more easily accepting. But in the materialistic places, Northern Europe also, the less God conscious, or in America, only name they may believe, or just like in America they have on the dollar note, in God we trust, but how much they are trusting God? Not much. And therefore they cannot accept the devotees, and therefore, so Prabhupada told the devotees to put on the karmi dress and then distribute the books by hook or by crook, somehow or the other. Of course, we have to be still careful and try to be polite in our behavior, and in the karmi dress or Vaishnav dress, we should be very exemplary as much as possible. But as Prabhupada is explaining, sometimes some cheating may be required to cheat the demons who are great cheaters. And they're actually thieves, because everything belongs to Krishna. And they're not engaging Krishna's property in his seva. So just in order to try to help them, so they may come to their right sense and give up their demoniac propensities, their desire to love over material nature and use everything for sense gratification. So trying to help them, so we may devise many means. But ultimately everyone is a servant of Krishna, that we have to understand, ultimately. But due to influence of the modes of material nature, so some persons, they are completely against the Supreme Lord. But that may change. And so therefore, somehow or the other, we have to try to give them some books, or we have to give them prasadam, which is even more important than, of course, Prabhupada said most important is distributing his books. But because the knowledge is there, which is very much required to understand the things properly as they are. Knowledge is required. But in the beginning, the materialistic persons, they are not able to understand the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. So for that purpose, prasadam distribution is also very important. And by taking Krishna prasadam, the consciousness, their senses are purified. And then they may be able to appreciate these transcendental books, these transcendental literatures. So somehow or the other we have to try to help the conditioned souls. But an important point also is there that first of all we have to try to help ourselves. First of all we have to try to become Krishna conscious ourselves. Then we can really help others. Otherwise what help we can give? If we ourselves are not very Krishna conscious, then our presentation, our endeavors will not be so successful. So therefore, first of all, we have to try to take care of ourselves. We have to try to become good devotees. We have to try to become gentlemen. And so we should have proper achar, and then we may do prachar also. Then we may try to help others. And the more we advance, the better we can help others. So that is also an important point. And then Krishna will always help us, Krishna will always protect us, Krishna will guide us, so we can advance more and more, and so we can help others. So we can learn so much from this Srimad Bhagavatam, from all these different cantos, from all the chapters. If we are ready to learn something more, then we can always learn more. And also we have to be, of course, very humble and tolerant and respectful and broad-minded, open-minded, so we can get the message from the Srimad Bhagavatam, from Srila Prabhupada's purports, or the words of the representative of Srila Prabhupada. And so in this way, we can advance more and more, and then we can help others also more and more. And the devotee, so he's not selfish. So he's trying to serve the Lord, he's trying to serve the Vaishnavas, he's trying to help others. Sarva bhute hite rataha. So that is the nature of a Brahmana, that is the nature of a Vaishnava. He's serving the Lord, but then he's trying to help others also. Nam ruchi, Vaishnav seva jiva doya. But first of all, one has to try to get Nam Ruchi, try to chant the holy names properly. And then one can serve the Vaishnavas also. Then one can help others also. Then one can do Jiva Doya also. So the chanting of Mahamantra is most important for ourselves. So individually, so as here the work Samyak, it is mentioned Samyak Vidaryatam Balo. So he's explaining that you completely protect this boy. Guru Gehe, in your Gurukul, in your school. Dvijatibi, you are Brahmana, so you protect him and instruct him and make sure that nobody else will instruct him also. So Samyak means completely. So Sankirtan, so we are doing Japa and Sankirtan. So individually and then together with others. But some Sankirtan, as explained by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur Prabhupada, Samyak Rupena Kirtan, that is Sankirtan. So completely absorbed in chanting the holy names, that means Sankirtan. Even it should be in Japa also, completely absorbed in chanting the holy names. And then carefully chanting the holy names and hearing, and then remembering Krishna and praying to Krishna, begging for His mercy, so that we can be absorbed in chanting the holy names. That is real japa. So that is also Sankirtan. But then we are advised, and Prabhupada has told his devotees to chant the holy names also in public. Although some may criticize them, what they are doing, they are ridiculing the devotees also, laughing at the devotees. And as Prabhupada is explaining in joke, they are saying, oh, these Hare Krishnas, and laughing at them, thinking they are just strange people, especially in the West. But they don't know that actually the devotees are properly engaged, and they are strange people, strangely dressed, eating abominable foodstuffs, and acting in so many wrong ways, in strange ways. The devotees are only sane person, but in the material world it is ulta, it is just the opposite. The majority is actually strange, they are not normal. And they're criticizing the normal persons, they're laughing at the normal persons, ridiculing them. But still the devotees are going on, and they know, even though they may not appreciate, they may laugh at us, they may ridicule us, even sometimes they were in the beginning, they were in the West also sometimes throwing some rotten tomato or something at the devotees. So even offending them. But still, if they are chanting Hare Krishna, they will get some slight benefit. But then if they are offending the devotees, then again it will be nullified, the benefit of chanting Hare Krishna. But those who are sincere, then they will get great benefit by hearing the devotees chanting the holy names. So therefore, we have to engage in Sankirtan, and we have to go out, especially in the cities, and chant together the holy names. And then the atmosphere is purified, the people are purified. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Kali Yuga avatar, is not different from Sri Radha and Krishna. And he has come, Patit Pavana Hetu Tav avatar, he has come to deliver the most fallen. And in Kali Yuga, everyone is most fallen. So therefore, there is a need to take shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu, the Panchatattva, Advaita, Gadadhar, Shiva's Pandit. And by their mercy we can advance. So by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, who from his lotus mouth emanated the Mahamantra, Sri Chaitanya Mukotkirna, Hare Krishna Itivana, Kamajantar Jaga Premni, Vijayate Tat Avayaha. And it has inundated this whole material world, the Mahamantra. And by Mahaprabhu's arrangement, so when he appeared already, at that time, so because it was a lunar eclipse, and everyone, as it is a custom, was then going to take bath in the holy river and trying to counteract the evil effect of the eclipse. They were chanting Hari Hari or Hare Krishna, the Mahamantra, to be protected from the evil effect of the eclipse, which is contaminating so the effect of the eclipse is there, but if we are always chanting the holy names, if we are serving Krishna, then we are protected in every circumstance. But he came in this way so that everyone in Navadvip was chanting the holy names. And then, right from his childhood, so they were taking care of him, and then so he wanted them to chant Hare Krishna. So he was crying and crying, and they were wondering why he's crying, Mahaprabhu. And they tried everything to stop him. They told Mother Sachi, maybe you should breastfeed him. It didn't work. Maybe he passed urine at stool, you should check. Nothing was there. Maybe something bit him. Maybe some ant is bothering him or something, but nothing was there. They did not understand. Then they thought, let us just chant Hare Krishna. They chanted Hare Krishna, clapping their hands, all the ladies there. And then Mahaprabhu, Nimai Pandit, as he was called, Nimai, because he appeared under, the house was under the neem tree, where Mother Sachi gave birth to him. So then they were chanting, and then Nimai stopped. And after a few minutes, Because who can chant all the time? Only the pure devotees. Of course, they're all associates, they're great souls. But then there are ladies, they have other things to do in the house. So they were chanting a few minutes and then they stopped to do their other things. And then again, Nimai, crying. What happened? Again, they're checking. Maybe he's hungry or whatever. Nothing working. Then again, okay, let's chant Hare Krishna. And again they were chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And then again he stopped. And after some time again they stopped and he started crying. And then they thought, well, maybe we should just have a Kanda Kirtan. And then they had a Kanda Kirtan, constant chanting, 24 hours of the holy names in Mahaprabhu's house. And that in this way Mahaprabhu was satisfied. And then of course he himself inaugurated the chanting of the holy names, the Sankirtan movement. And therefore Prabhupada also introduced here and in Mayapur he wanted 24-hour Kirtan. Because he knows that it's pleasing to Mahaprabhu. And then everything inauspicious will vanquish. Nama yagya mahayagya, kali kalmashanashanam, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prityate, Nama yagya samartanam. Then all the unwanted things are destroyed. And everyone is delivered by the chanting of holy names. Padit Pavana Nama, Nistarayana Radhamaha, Radha Krishna Sarupaya Chaitanyaya Namo Namaha. None different from Radha Krishna, none different from Mahaprabhu, Krishna Nam. So Patit Pavan Nam, delivering the most fallen. And in Kali Yuga everyone is fallen. Kala Shudra Sambhavaha, everyone is like a Shudra in Kali Yuga. Because the samskars are not performed. And hardly anybody is doing worship of the Lord properly and bhajan. So, therefore the only means of deliverance in the Kali Yuga is the chanting of the holy names. But at the same time, because we are so conditioned, therefore the Aksharyas have introduced deity worship, which is similarly important, because in the beginning stage, for the conditioned soul, simply to chant the holy names is not possible, because the mind is always disturbed. Purity is not there. So therefore the deities have to be worshipped, and therefore we have to hear every day the Bhagavatam and Bhagavad-Gita and hear about Mahaprabhu. And then we are able, in the association of the Vaishnavas, chant to some extent, a little better Hare Krishna. And then we can advance further. So it is a very scientific process, but we have to apply ourselves properly. And we have to avoid offenses. Otherwise it will be difficult to advance. So we have to take shelter of the spiritual master and the previous acharyas and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so that we can advance nicely and always chanting the holy names. So today is also the appearance days of Sri Vrindavan Das Thakur, an associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, a great devotee of the Lord. And he was actually the son of the niece of Shiva's Pandit, Narayani. Therefore he is very well known as the son of Narayani. His father, of course, is there too, was there, naturally, but we understand that she was blessed. Narayani, his mother, Vrindavan Das Thakur's mother, was blessed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when she was a child. So she got the remnants of Mahaprabhu. So it is natural, of course, because Mahaprabhu was going every day to the house of Shiva's Pandit, every night, and of course many times during the day. And then so the family members are getting the Mahaprasad, the remnants of Mahaprabhu. So Narayani also got, and she became a pure Vaishnavi. And then of course she got married, and of course her husband, at that time of course everyone was cultured and more cultured than nowadays. But she was known as a pure devotee, therefore she is known also that she was blessed by Mahaprabhu, and therefore Vrindavan Das is known as the son of Narayani Devi. And so he became a pure Vaishnav. Of course, he's an eternal associate of the Lord. But still the pastimes are there also to show us the importance of the association of the great Vaishnavas. And their lives are there also to instruct us. The pure devotees' life are there to, although they are already pure devotees of the Lord, but their life is many times just like an ordinary person. It appears to be. But they are extraordinary. But it appears to be that they are just like an ordinary person, just to teach us then also various aspects of devotional service, so we may learn, so we may advance. So Vrindavan Das, so it is explained that he was actually a disciple of Nityananda Prabhu. It is also mentioned he was actually the last devotee which Nityananda Prabhu initiated. So he was blessed by Nityananda Prabhu and by the other associates of Mahaprabhu. And he wrote this very wonderful book about the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. First he called the book Chaitanya Mangal, and it is also in 3 parts like the Chaitanya Charitamrita. But then one other devotee, Lochan Das, he also wrote one book, and he also called this Chaitanya Mangal. So then the assembled Vaishnavas, they said, well, we cannot have 2 Chaitanya Mangal. So Lochan Das, he was more senior than Vrindavan Das, so then they asked Vrindavan Das that we should change the name of your book, to Chaitanya Bhagavat. And of course he immediately agreed, and so therefore, so we have now this book available, Chaitanya Bhagavat. So 3 books are most famous about the pastimes of Mahaprabhu. And first actually Chaitanya Bhagavat was there, and then Chaitanya Mangal, and then the Chaitanya Charitamrita was there by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. So Srila Prabhupada, he gave us the Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is most wonderful and book, of course, and for certain reasons he gave us the Chaitanya Charitamrita rather than the Chaitanya Bhagavat. But the Chaitanya Bhagavat is practically as good as the Chaitanya Charitamrita. And therefore, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur also actually, he told his disciples first to read the Chaitanya Bhagavat, and then they were reading the Chaitanya Charitamrita. But either case, no big difference. All these 3 books are actually in 3 parts. The Adi Lila or Adikant, Madhya Lila or Madhyakant, or Shesh Lila or Antya Lila or Shesh Kant. So the early pastimes of Mahaprabhu from his birth till he takes sannyas, that is the first part. The medium part is when he is in Jagannath Puri as a sannyasi, but then he's going to South India, he's going to Vrindavan, and then he's coming back. So for 6 years that is a Madhyakant. And then the last 12 years, so that is the final pastimes of Mahaprabhu, when he was simply in Jagannath Puri and fully absorbed in chanting himself the holy names and engaging in Sankirtan during the day, and in the evening relishing topics about Krishna, especially in the association of Swarup Damodar and Rayamananda Roy, who are his most confidential associates, who are Lalita and Vishaka and Krishna Lila. And then they were reading from the different books of great poets like Git Govind of Jayadev Goswami, which is about Radha Krishna's wonderful pastimes in Braj, and also books of other great poets, Chandidas and Vidyapati. So are great poets, and they are describing the pastimes of Radha and Krishna in Braj. We are very much indebted to Chaitanya Bhagavat, to Vrindavan Das Thakur who gave us the Chaitanya Bhagavat. And therefore, Krishna Das Kaviraj also he glorified Vrindavan Das Thakur. And because he was the first who wrote about Mahaprabhu's pastimes, he called him the Adi Vyas. He's the first, he's just like Vyasadeva, he is giving the Srimad Bhagavatam, the pastimes of Krishna. So similarly, Vrindavan Das Thakur is the Vyas who is giving the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is no different from Krishna, from Radha and Krishna. And it is also explained that Vrindavan Das Thakur is actually no different from Srila Vyasadeva. We have to read Srila Prabhupada's books, all of the books, and try to act accordingly. And as Srila Prabhupada himself has explained in his books, that we may read the books of the Acharyas also. As he has mentioned, everyone wants to know about bhakti. Bhakta and Bhagavan must read the Brihad Bhagavatamrita by Sanatana Goswami, which is also, of course, it is just like the Bhagavatam about Krishna's pastimes. So similarly, after reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, we may read the Chaitanya Bhagavat, the Chaitanya Mangal, and we may hear some more wonderful pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which are not mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Because as etiquette also, the Acharyas, like Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, the major pastimes which Vrindavan Das Thakur wrote in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, so the one which he elaborated on very much, he was just, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, he was just in Sankshep, in short form, he was just relating, and he was mentioning that Vrindavan Das Thakur already elaborated on this pastime, so therefore I'm just giving in brief this pastime. And the pastimes which he wrote in brief, Vrindavan Das Thakur, these pastimes elaborated. So, but some pastimes which may be there in Chaitanya Charitamrita are not there in Chaitanya Bhagavat. And some of the pastimes in Chaitanya Bhagavat are not there in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So after reading the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we may read Chaitanya Bhagavat and get some more wonderful pastimes to hear about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And similarly, Chaitanya Mangal has also some additional wonderful pastimes which are not there in the other two books. So they tell in the Vaishnavas, so of course Prabhupada's books are the basis. And we read every day the Srimad Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad-Gita. And we may read the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Even once is not enough. We may read many times. I read 10 times. And then we may read other books also, no harm. But Prabhupada's books are the basis. But then we may read also other books also, especially those who are preaching. And so they have to be conversant with the other books also. They have to know the content of the other books also. So even Prabhupada is explained. Anyone who dares to sit on the Vyasasan must know the 6 philosophies of the great previous philosophers which are there. Vyasadeva is there, and Gautam Muni, and Patanjali is there, and others I don't even remember their names. Because we cannot remember everything in Kali Yuga. But we should know their philosophies. So, but still we are speaking because somebody has to speak. And we ask to speak sometimes, even we may not be complete. But we should understand we are incomplete. And we are simply relying on the special mercy of Prabhupada and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so we should try to become good devotees. And then we should try to help others. And then in this way Mahaprabhu is pleased, and Prabhupada is pleased, and Krishna is pleased. Nam Ruchi, Vaishnav Seva, Jiva Doya. So we chant the holy names with love and affection, completely absorbed. And then we serve the Vaishnavas. And then we try to help others also, the conditioned soul. Yara dekataka, Krishna Padesh, Amara Agyai Guru Hanatara Desh. Mahaprabhu told one of his devotees, whoever you meet, you speak about Krishna. And then you try to live with the people around you. So that is there. So we have gotten this most valuable Krishna consciousness. So we should cultivate and try to become perfect, and then try to give it to others. Bharat Bhumi Haila Manusya Janma 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 Jara Janma Shatakari Paropakara. So those who have taken birth in Bharat Bhumi, or anyone who is in Krishna consciousness, should make his life perfect, and then do paropakar, welfare work for others, help others by giving Krishna consciousness to others, by giving books to others, by distributing prasadam. Hare Krishna. So we pray to Vrindavan Das Thakur to sprinkle a few drops of mercy on us, so we can become pure devotees of Mahaprabhu and Radha Krishna. Shri Vrindavan Das Thakur ki, Shri Prabhupada ki, Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki.